Hey there, welcome back to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we're discussing the latest Ed Sheeran album. This one is called No.6 Collaborations Project. This is the fourth full-length commercial record from the English singer-songwriter. This is following up his massive worldwide hit of Divide, an album I would praise, I would give a very positive review of. On this album came a lot of arena-friendly anthems, some club hits, folk tunes. It was pulling on a number of influences and genres. Even more so on No.6 collaborations here, we get a very eclectic sense of songwriting. It is Ed's follow-up to his self-released No.5 collaborations EP back from 2011, slightly before his explosion onto the mainstream charts. Now, with these two collaboration projects that Ed has put out over the years, his longtime fans would already be aware of this, but for newer fans, these are projects that are meant to exercise Ed's songwriting in very different ways from what's on his first three albums. So just going into this new record, be on your toes, just understand that this isn't going to be the most cohesive album. It won't really be very focused. In essence, this is just Ed trying to flex some of his more hip-hop and grime influenced abilities. That being said, this album still has something for everyone, I think. I mean, in turn, because of that, you're going to dilute your sound and come across with very surface level introduction to pop and rap. It really is all over the place with its production too. I feel like at points you can listen to a song on here like Beautiful People and you'll think that you're listening to Marshmello, and then another song on here like Antisocial, you'll be thinking it's like produced by Tay Keith. Sadly, we do get bigger names for producers on this project, such as Benny Blanco, Boy Wonder, Max Martin, Skrillex. They all pull through with very lackluster songs on here, nothing to stand out from the track list altogether. Some songs feel like they are purely written for chart success. This project is a bit like a sellout. I can't really say that's fair of me to describe or give this label to Ed Sheeran at this point, because anything he does release is bound to hit the charts at one time or another. He's just too much of a household name, but with the singles on this album coming into it, I was let down with a couple, but let's first talk about one that unexpectedly became one of my favorite songs on here. This one's called Beautiful People featuring Khalid, and as much as I made that Marshmello comment earlier, I do like this song. I never really liked it as the single it was, but on this record it ends up being one of the highlights. In addition to this, Best Part of Me featuring Yebba. If you're looking for some classic Ed Sheeran songwriting, this is the track you gotta listen to. It is love song bliss, and it will for sure land itself on any wedding playlist along with many of the songs from Ed Sheeran in the past. For more positives on this record, I find myself loving the ambient production to the track Cross Me featuring Chance the Rapper and PNB Rock. Chance drops some of his more humorous and uplifting bars that I can remember over the past couple years. Ed also injects one of his stickiest hooks on the project, and this pop rap crossover surprisingly suits him well here. Now, with that crossover word being used at this point of the review, I hope you know by now that this is a very wide-ranging album when it comes to its sound, but in addition to that, I want you to know that this is a sorted mess in a way, which quickly begins with the track South of the Border featuring Camila Cabello. On this track we get this corny world music instrumental. It's almost on the same level as Lil Dicky's Earth. Camila's feature is breathy. She of course had to reach up into her higher register to hit that heroin, nicotine kind of level of singing, and I don't think that suits her very well. Either way, this song isn't that good in my opinion, and what makes it worse is that we have a very trite Cardi B featured on here as well. I've never really heard her so apathetic. However, moving on from there, we have a track on here featuring Stormzy. This one is called Take Me Back to London, and Ed is pivoting into grime at this point of the album. It shouldn't be a surprise given his experience with his singer-songwriter rap. But this song, Take Me Back to London here, is just like this unnecessary deviation from Ed's normal sound. I appreciate his artistic desire to branch out with different song ideas, but this sadly isn't for me. The track I Don't Care with Justin Bieber was a pre-release single on here. I'm not enjoying this one still. I find the lyrics to be heavily watered down and just The Cut Feels featuring Young Thug and Jay Huss has the most nondescript, bland melody going for it on the project. I feel it is filler. It has no reason to be on this album, in my opinion. Put It All On Me featuring Ella May. This song just makes me groan and sigh so much that it is a very frustrating listen for me. It's generic trap hi-hats and lukewarm throwaway melody are among its terrible qualities. The problems for this album quickly pile on from here on out. On the track I Don't Want Your Money featuring Her, the horns thrown onto this track are so oddly placed and unnecessary. In fact, I would use unnecessary to describe a lot of what's going on for this album. To make matters worse, 1,000 Nights featuring Meek Mill and A Boogie with the Hoodie is gratuitous garbage on here with a bit more of a darker and grimy instrumental. Ed's singing rap flow, whatever you want to call it at this point, is very incompatible with the mismatched vocal features on here. The song is very directionless. It sounds like each artist kind of had their own idea of what they wanted the final product to be. Then we get a track on here featuring Skrillex, Way to Break My Heart. That is the title of it. It's another unmitigated disaster of a song on here, which is really uncalled for and excessive with its vocal effects. And of course, wrapping up this album, we have the track Blow featuring Chris Stapleton and Bruno Mars, and to this song, I simply say no. So yeah, this album has got to be one of the most unfocused and messiest departures from an artist's sonic identity, and by no means am I saying that Ed can't experiment. He can't do something new. He is totally entitled to that. But the way that he's doing it on here with so many features and so many styles, we got pop rap on here, we got grime, we even have rock, and this reminder that Ed Sheeran can write a love song too. This album just feels way too all over the place for me to enjoy. It just sounds like Ed, not as genuine as he has come across in the past, what I've grown to love with his first 3 albums. So I'm sadly gonna have to chalk this one up as an anomaly. Hopefully, just as this side note album, it doesn't really play into the canon of Ed Sheeran's discography. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm feeling a 2 out of 10, which is a pretty harsh score given that I do like a number of songs on here. I just find that the low points are extremely low, and for me to be an Ed Sheeran fan, I feel like this is a really big disappointment. Hopefully we can forgive and forget. I know I'm looking forward to the next Ed Sheeran album, despite this mess of No.6 collaborations. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me what you think of this project. Do you think I am wrong? Tell me why down in the comments. Leave a like if you happen to like this video. Subscribe if you're new in town. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a rockin' day.